Hello there guys, and welcome back. Today's video we're going to be doing an exciting one. We're going to be testing out some new products from Wet n Wild. So we have their brand new Crystal Cavern Collection. I had to say that like 4 times before I filmed this. So this is a brand new collection from Wet n Wild that is going to be inspired from crystals. We have some eyeshadow palettes, there's highlighters in here, some perfumes as well. So why don't we go ahead and get started testing these products out. Got this one right here in the mail from Wet n Wild. The packaging of this PR package is super cute with like the holographic vibes, and on the inside there are a ton of products to this collection from Wet n Wild. It is going to be in a limited edition collection. Most of theirs are, honestly, but I'm going to show you guys what the PR package looks like. We had one fall loose in here. Hold on, let me fix it. So here is what the inside of the package looks like right here. So the entire collection is inspired by the crystals. So we have the rose quartz, the jade, amethyst, and then the clear quartz. I really don't know too much about crystals. I'd love to know more about them. I've spoke about them a little bit, but I'm very new to them, so I don't really know like the meaning behind each one. I do know that this entire collection is inspired by the crystals, so each one of the eyeshadow palettes is going to correlate with the lip gloss that kind of goes with each one of the crystals. So I'll be showing you guys all of these. Let's go ahead and swatch them first, and then we'll get into testing them out on the eyes. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is the amethyst. So this one here is your eyeshadow trio. We also have the Mega Glow lip gloss that's going to go with this one. And we also have the little rollerball perfume, which is super cute. It actually has like little crystals down in here. So the prices on these are the lip gloss is going to be $3.99. The trios are going to be $4.99. And then we have $5.99 for the rollerball. I went ahead and swatched it right here. So this is the amethyst. So we have the 3 shadows there and then the lip gloss there at the end. So up next I have the Rose palette. Here is the inside of that one, and then also the Mega Glow lip gloss for the rose, and then here is what the fragrance looks like. I'm not going to describe each one of the smells of the fragrance because you guys, I'm so bad at describing them, it just wouldn't be accurate, so I'm not going to be doing that, but I will test a few of them out. But here are the swatches from the Rose palette. I am noticing that the actual shimmers that are in here, each one of these palettes has shimmers, and the like more glossier shimmers seem like more of like a duochrome, like very shimmery, and then we have more of just like a slight shimmer that has, it's almost like a matte that has a slight shimmer to it. That one kind of seems a little bit chalky and hard to swatch, so we'll see how they perform on the eyes. I don't think any of these palettes have mattes in them, which always bothers me in the little Wet n Wild. Like I feel like they did that a lot in like their quads and things. And then up next we have our jade, which is going to be our green one. So here's what that palette looks like. We have the matching lip gloss, and then also our little rollerball here that has like the little gems in there, or the little crystals, the green ones. And then I'll go ahead and show you guys the swatches of this one, which is right here. Actually swatched really nice, this green shade right here. This one looks really pretty as well. This might be the one I end up playing with because I feel like this one's just kind of fun. I love green shades, and this iridescent like green one right here looks really pretty. Okay, and then our last one here is going to be amethyst. Here is the inside of that palette. Also have the matching lip gloss with that, and then our little rollerball here as well. And then here are the swatches of that one right there. The last 3 items, there is a highlighter part of this collection. This one is called Crystal High. This one actually reminds me a lot of like the ColourPops because it has a bit of a texture to it that almost feels like a cream, but it's not. So it's just kind of like a bouncy texture. It looks like it's going to be really pretty. And then we have the brightening rocks. So these are basically just like a highlight pretty much that you can kind of swirl your brush around in there and make it a highlight. You can use your finger as well. And then the last thing is the Mega Glow face mist, a part of this one as well. So I swatched them both on my hand so I could show you guys. So here is the brightening rocks. It kind of has a bit of a iridescent, like a duochrome kind of shift to it. And then this one right here is the highlight. I'm so excited to see how this one looks on the face because it just looks so blinding. I think I'm gonna really, really like that one. Okay, you guys, this collection will be available at the beginning of May at everywhere that Wet n Wild is going to be sold at, as well as wetnwild.com. And I'm so excited to start digging in. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I think I'm gonna start first with the eyes. So I'm first going to go into the Rose palette, and I'm going to go into the shade right here, the lightest shade in there, because that one kind of seems the most like a matte out of any of the shadows. I'm going to try that one in my crease, and I'm pretty much just going to go back and forth between all of the palettes and just kind of see if we can create a full eye look with them, because sometimes with these little like shimmer quads, it's kind of hard. Like sometimes it ends up looking a little sloppy. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna press this really gently into my crease. I don't want it to be too intense, kind of just work it in. It's definitely one that you're gonna have to build up. I'm having to go in quite a few times to get it to even show up, but it doesn't look bad. Like when you look at it closely, you don't even see any shimmer in here. That's what I was talking about with their like shimmer shadows that almost look like mattes. They just have a hint of shimmer in them. They work really well as mattes. So this one seems to be blending out decent. You just kind of have to use quite a bit to get it built up, but it doesn't look bad once it's on the lid. So next I'm going to go into the clear quartz right here and use this gray shade. And I'm just further going to kind of build up my crease and see how that works with the other shade. I don't know how those are going to really work together. It's kind of almost lightening it. It needs to be like a hint darker, but I feel like together, this one definitely has a lot more shimmer to it. I can see a lot more of the shimmer kind of popping through. All right, so let's go into the purple shade. I'm gonna go into this deep purple right here this one is the Amethyst palette. I'm so bad at these names, you guys. So I'm gonna go into this purple one. It's not really seeming to pick up on my brush, so we'll see how it looks, because on my brush it doesn't really look like there's anything on there. So we'll see how it goes on the eyes. I'm just applying this directly over top. So it definitely does have pigment to it. It's showing up. I just can't really see it when I look at it on my brush. But it's definitely giving off some color payoff. Again, it doesn't really have too much shimmer in it, just like a slight amount. All right, so now I want to go in with my shimmer shades. I know I still want to use this green one here. I think I'm going to use that for my inner corner. So I'm going to go in with this one here back into the rose palette and use this one all over the lid. It's a really pretty like coppery pink shade. And I'm going to go in with that one all over the lid first, and then I might apply one of the purples like over top of it. So I'm using this one all over my lid. I'm just using my finger. The shimmer just seems a little bit dry, a little lackluster. What was it, the palette, one of their last few palettes, I absolutely loved these shimmers in there. They just felt so like foiled and beautiful, and this one just seems like really dry and just kind of lackluster. I feel like this eye look is looking like quite a mess. I'm going to try going in with a wet brush now, and I'm going to go into this purple shade right here, kind of like this duochrome one, and I'm going to actually grab this, spritz my brush with some of this Mega Glow spray, and see if maybe this will help by wetting the brush. Maybe it'll make the shimmer a little more pigmented. I'm going to start with this one just on the outer corner out here because it is a little bit of a darker shade. So I don't really think that necessarily helped with the pigment. It still seems pretty chalky. It definitely helped with the fallout I was having though. I like didn't get as much fallout, which is pretty normal with wetting your brush, but I don't think that the shade looks any more foiled or anything else with spraying it. It still looks pretty chalky. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. This one is inside of the clear quartz again, and I'm just gonna top this one over top of the pink and see if it adds just a little bit of extra shimmer. That one seems a little bit more pigmented than the other one, so I should have went in with that one first, but I'm just kind of applying that over top of the pink shade that we went into. All right, and then for inner corner, I'm gonna go in with this green one right here. I really don't think there's much saving this look. I think it's kind of a bit of a mess, but we're gonna try and make do with what we can. I still wanna try out the highlights in the collection. So this green shade actually seems really pretty. It seems pretty pigmented too. I just see like a little bit of an inconsistency in the actual palettes. Like some of these shimmers are pretty pigmented and some of the other ones are just like really, really lackluster. So I think it just kind of depends because this one looks really bright and really pretty. So for the lower lash line, I just put the rose pink color. And now I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of mascara. I'm just using the Flower Beauty Warrior Mascara. All right, with the mascara, I definitely think it helped the eye look a little bit. I still think like these outer edges could be much more blended, but honestly, I've been working on it for so long now, I'm kind of just ready to try out the other products. So for the highlight, we're gonna go in with the Mega Glow Brightening Rocks on one side, and then I'll test out the other highlight on the other. So I'm kind of just gonna swirl my brush in here and see what happens, and then kind of just apply it to my cheekbones. Ooh, that's really pretty actually. I wasn't expecting it to be that pigmented. I was kind of thinking it was going to be more sheer. That's really pretty. It actually doesn't look like it's like picking up on my texture or anything either. I really like that. Let's go ahead and try the other highlight on the other side. So this one is the kind of like putty-like highlights. So I think for this, I'm going to test it out on my finger first, and then I'll maybe apply some with a brush after. So I'm going to kind of just, wow, okay, that is pigmented. Just kind of push this into the skin here, and then I'll probably just go over it with my brush. This is pretty. This is really pigmented. I feel like Wet n Wild just kills it with their highlights, I swear. So let me go ahead and go over it with my brush just to kind of blend this part out right here. But that also looks really nice. I feel like both of these sides are very blending, but they don't look like too heavy. And sometimes the problems that I have with the Mega Glow highlights from Wet n Wild are that they're pretty like glittery. But I don't think either one of these looks too glittery. Like they both just look like the right amount of shine to them. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this actually and add it to our inner corner and see if, yeah, that looks good. Right on top of the green. It's really making that really pop. Definitely very, very intense highlights, but for the price point on these, I definitely recommend these for sure if you're gonna buy anything from the collection. And then let's go ahead and move on to the lips. So the one I wanna try is the rose one. This one for me looks like the most wearable shade. And then I will try out the other ones too, but I think for those ones, I would like it more kind of over top of something, like maybe a lip liner or something like that. This one looks like this one you could get away with wearing on its own. I just don't love these like iridescent metallic-y lip colors. They're just not the most flattering, I feel like. The time that I do like to wear these is over top of a lipstick or over top of a lip liner because I feel like they don't look as intense when you do that. But the actual formula of it doesn't feel like too thick or goopy or anything like that. It feels pretty good. And then lastly, let's go ahead and spray ourselves. I'm really excited about this one because I do really, really like Wet n Wild setting sprays. They're some of my favorites from the drugstore. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray myself with this glowy one. And it actually has a really good mister on it. And let's see if it makes us look extra glowy. I definitely think it does add a bit of shine, and I like the mister on it because it's not too intense. Alright, you guys, this is our final look using the Crystal Cavern Collection from Wet n Wild. You guys will have to let me know what you think down in the comment section. So just to kind of run through my thoughts really quickly, I wasn't that impressed with the trios, if I'm being honest. I feel like they were quite a bit hard to work with. I'm obviously going to continue to test these out. I always like to come back and let you guys know how I feel about things. So I'm going to come back and let you know my thoughts on these once I test them like different ways and things like that. Keep in mind it's a first impression, but I don't know that these are going to be a new favorite for me. I just feel like they're pretty inconsistent in the actual palettes. They were a bit chalky. They were kind of hard to work with. Although I do like the way that the eye look came out, kind of, I still feel like it looks pretty sloppy and it could look much better. The highlights from the collection though, these are both really pretty. I almost like this one a little bit more than this one. They're both very intense, but I didn't think I would like these brightening racks just because sometimes I feel like it's hard to get like a precise application, but I think that this side looks so just like glow from within. I think these are really pretty, and this side also just looks like really intense and really foiled, so both of these are definitely going to be a hit for me. And then the lip products, I only tried out the one gloss, so I'm going to have to continue to try out the rest of them in the collection, but so far this one doesn't feel like too sticky or like anything like that, so it feels like it's going to be pretty good. And then the Glow Mist, I feel like it definitely gave us a bit of radiance. I really like the mister on it, so this is probably going to be a new one that I really enjoy as well. Again, that is going to do it for this first impressions. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. What do you think of this eye look? Are you planning on getting anything from this collection? I would love to know. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next one.